Hello and welcome to the annual Christmas crossover collaboration brought to you by Donna from It's Art by Donna. Her channel link is in the description below, and I just want to say thank you to you, Donna, for being quite possibly the most incredible person I've ever met. You are so generous, kind, you're inspiring, just a fabulous person, and I know that we all love you very much. So I just want to say thank you, because this is now my fourth collaboration that I've been in with you, and I am just enjoying it. It's just the best thing ever. So I also want to say thank you to Cindy, whose video came before mine in the premiere chain. Her channel is Cynthia Porter Studio, and that will be linked in the description below as well. And also coming up after my video is Janya from JB Pour Art. On to my video. So first of all, actually, a little bit of a confession. I lost my antlers. I don't know where my antlers are. I'm Dancer from the reindeers. We're all got our own reindeer names. So I'm Dancer, and I did have my reindeers. They were reindeers. I lost my antlers. That's what I'm trying to say. I did have them on my head, so I had to replace them with these lovely bobbly snowmen. And it's quite apt because my painting, and there's the other confession, but my painting has snowmen in it. But it's not a painting, because I was going to do my painting at my mum's house at the weekend, and I left my paints at the house. And I'm going to start my lovely sketch now, if I haven't already, so you'll be watching that and not me, hopefully now. But anyway, so my story is I was going to do it at my mum's. I just couldn't get the inspiration. I didn't know what to paint. So I did my sketch, and I thought, this is great. Brought everything back to the house, brought everything back here. Then I forgot. I'd realised I'd left my paints at home. So thankfully I had these pencils here in the house, and they are fabulous. Polychromos Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, and they are really, really good. I do have some, I can't remember what the other colour pencils are that I've got. What are they called? Never mind, but they're not as good as these. These are really amazing. And so I thought, why not just do it in these? I've been doing a lot of sketches and using coloured pencils, so I did it in these. And I thought it was going to be quite easy, because I thought, yeah, coloured pencils, it's not that difficult. It was a bit harder than I thought. So my sketch was actually inspired by, well, it probably was inspired by a few films. One of them is not actually a Christmas film, but it was inspired by The Labyrinth, and that is Jim Henson's Labyrinth. And there's a scene in it where there are these creatures that take off each other's heads. And so I thought, I did it in one of the sketches recently. I thought, why not just have some snowmen removing each other's heads? So it actually looks like this one's putting the head back on, but it's not. It's taking the head off. I did that, so that was part of it. The other one with the little snowman, which has got the little hot chocolates, which you probably can't see at the moment because I think I haven't coloured that in. I might have coloured it in, I don't know yet. But there is a film, and it was the film that I was going to do. It's one of my favourite Christmas films, is The Polar Express. And there's a scene in The Polar Express where they're all having hot chocolate, and it's just like the most magical scene, especially when they all kind of look really sleepy at the end, because it's just so lovely. It's like that sort of Christmassy, you've had too much chocolate and you're just slumped in front of the fire. And quite magical. I do love that. So, and of course we've got Matilda and Josephine, who are being themselves. Matilda is magicking up some snowballs and just throwing them straight into Josephine's face, which is really not advisable. I had a snowball in the eye the other day, and it really does sting. It's fun, but it does sting. So the other thing was, we had to incorporate snow into our paintings, and we also had to show a silver lining. And I couldn't put a silver lining on my painting, but I actually thought the story of why I was doing it in coloured pencils is the silver lining, because I was really worried that it wasn't going to turn out the way I wanted it. But actually, I really like it. I think the end result is something that has inspired me to do more of these pictures in coloured pencils, and maybe work a bit harder on learning how to use them a bit better, because I really liked how it came out. So that is my silver lining. The bad thing was I left my paints at my mum's. I didn't have time to go back and get them. But in doing that, I think the end result was actually quite good, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. So there we go. Now we're also supposed to be talking about our worst Christmas food, and I'm not sure that I've ever had a really, really bad Christmas food. I like all the foods that I've ever been given at Christmas. I love Brussels sprouts. I do like them quite a lot. Didn't like them when I was a child. And I think maybe it's because they were a bit overcooked. Whereas now we steam the Brussels sprouts, so they're a bit nicer, I think. One thing that I didn't like that we quite often got, either as a gift at Christmas, especially like from great aunts or things, or we went to great aunts' houses. I don't know why they're great aunts. We always went to great aunts and uncles at Christmas just to visit and drop off presents when I was little. And we always got, I think they're called sugared almonds. And they're almonds coated in like it's not like an icing, I don't know what it is, but like a sugary coating. And I remember thinking they were really quite unpleasant. You know, it's like not the most pleasant thing I've ever had. So that's probably the worst Christmas food, and it's not really a food. Also, every year we get chocolates, and like so many people, the bounty is left in there. I don't like bounties. I'm not a fan of the coconut. It's the texture, not the flavour. It's the texture of the coconut in the chocolate that I'm not a fan of. Other Christmas foods, I really can't think. I'm not 100% sure if there's anything I really don't. I don't like Christmas pudding. I love mince pies and cream, especially if the mince pie is hot. I do like that. But Christmas pudding, I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I can't think of any others. Well, I also want to say it's quite lovely. We don't get snow an awful lot here in the south of England. It comes every, like, maybe, I don't know. We had, I think in 2009, we had a really, really heavy snowfall. That was quite a lot of snow. And then we just didn't get snow for years. I think we got 1 year where maybe we had a little bit of snow. But this year we had 4 inches. It's not a huge amount. I'm sure people will be like, really? That's nothing. But for us here in the southeast of England, it's quite substantial, and it's quite nice, and it's been lovely, lots of icicles, so I'm really, really happy about that. I get excited about that. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas. And up next is Janya from JB Paul Art. Enjoy and see you very soon.